Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here for episode 61 of the Desert Challenge. Let's get started. So, we have been working very diligently to try to clean up the unbelievable mass of mess that the bugs made. And we are definitely pushing towards the crowd sleep casket. One of the things I'm going to do is to reduce Omni and Santiago's haul so that they will start to component craft again, which will push our goals even further. And there we go. We need some regular components in order to make the cryo sleep caskets. And then we'll start on all the other little projects. In fact, let's also take Jenny off of hauling. So that leaves our miners currently hauling. I have no idea why I have anyone on hunt, to be honest. There's nothing almost ever to hunt. Just sort of looking over everything, making sure everything is the way it ought to be. So Jenny here will start to do art again. Yep, I can already hear her clinking away. Oh, my relations with Hinhatter. And pretty much what's left up there is just the glow pods. They're uninstalled, so there isn't really a sense of urgency to get them. So I will say that a lot of people have been critiquing my strip mining method, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I'm not actually all that interested in finding precious minerals because the likelihood of there being plasteel or uranium, which could be useful to ship build, is pretty low. I'm just looking for steel because we need steel. We have literally 3 steel right now. So I don't really care about really any other materials. Now, one thing I can do is trade for it. At the moment, it's way too hot outside to use camels in order to do the trade. So clearly that's out. But what I can do is build up a lot of trade goods like I have here with all this insect jelly and hope for either a passing ship or to do a trade run in the winter when it is acceptably cool. Now, a lot of people have been, should I say it? Critiquing the Santiago bedroom. She's not getting a bedroom as much as you might want her to have one. It's not going to happen. Either there will be a relationship in the colony and she'll inherit an old bedroom, or she won't have one at all. She ruined a perfectly fine relationship, and this is her punishment. Is it a fair punishment? I don't know. You tell me. But it's her punishment nonetheless. So we are literally out of advanced components, or rather steel for regular components. If we are to get some steel, it's going to have to be through the prospecting of mining. So with that in mind, Quell and Mudge are going to go back to mining. Jay here is going to be our cleaner again. And then Earth, who's usually our plant cutter, as long as there is, yes, okay, I can see now. Earth and Philly should be growing and plant cutting and then hauling. Alright, so let's get them going on that. Oh, struck some more gold ore. Not something I'm looking for, but I'll take it, I guess. And there's the planting I was hoping for. Done nice and quick. Just going to harvest this stuff so it's on par with the heal root that's already in. Santiago, or O'Connell, rather, has a funny, unique sense of humor. He was joking about savory foods while eating bug. I can appreciate that. Now, the steel that we do have would come from slag. I think there's really only one piece of slag left on the whole net. So that's not a great source of steel. We could deep drill for it. But I suspect we'll be striking a steel node sooner or later, and I would rather deep drill for the rarer resources like uranium and the like. Plasteel. So, Philly has an inspired trade here. So what I'm actually going to do with her is take advantage of it. So I will send Miss Philly, just Philly, and her heart's desire of insect jelly. You know, actually I will, yeah, I'll send the insect jelly. And we will head to some neighbors here. Well, let's give her some meals and then the insect jelly. Okay. All right, Ms. Philly, you are going to be assigned to eat or be allowed to eat those meals. Looking good. And off she goes. Just making sure her temperature allowance. This is what? 26, 28, 28. I'm actually worried that she'll get too hot. 28. 21. I can pod her there. Let me do that. I'd feel a little bit safer with that. I don't think she'll get any trouble on the return trip. And then it can also set her up with some additional things to trade. That makes sense. Alright, Philly. I've changed my mind. You're potting there. Yeah, I'm worried that it might be a little too hot for safe travel. We can craft up some additional chem fuel using the insects. Insect meat for chem fuel. Ain't it delicious? And we're back to strip mining. Even Omni, because there's no steel. Oh, well, I say that, but then I immediately strike some steel. Which will allow us to make more components. Quite happy about that. Have they loaded up those pods yet? It's taken a while. Ready for launch. Okay, I guess they did. I missed the message because I was otherwise occupied. All right, let's go ahead and trade for... They have a bionic eye. They are not willing to buy anything else, which poses a bit of a problem. We're going to have to send Probably 2 people to help with the load. I should have checked what they were willing to buy. So I have glow pods. Oh, actually, she must have dropped. Yeah, she dropped all her insect stuff. Okay. So what does she have currently to trade? Just the glow pods? I don't think anyone buys these things, do they? What will they buy? They'll buy the jelly, but no glow pods. Alright, little extreme, but I'm just going to abandon it. And that allows us to move around. And then, while she's... I guess we just got the inspired trade, so I'll have her return home, because Santiago would be the right person to do long distance. And, of course, I assign the wrong pawn to food, like I usually do, in my haste or something. Oh, no, she's set to all food. Does she just not have it? Okay, well, she doesn't have it. Philly, would you visit again? And buy a little food for yourself. Expensive, but it covers my idiocy of not sending you with food. What she had on her person was obviously ditched. Wow, we are really going to need to make some statues. Let's go ahead and halt any stone. Alright, so the fine meals here, we are not going to allow animal products so that we can make lavish meals out of the milk. Milk and rice sounds like rice pudding. I know I've said that before, but it does. Here's a beautiful amount of steel to haul. I'm also going to shrink this zone a little bit. I don't care to have too much stone chunks waiting to be processed. Alright, Santiago just took a little bit of wake up, and the reason is I'm going to send her out to trade 2. This time, give her some fine meals, take the statue, load her up with insect jelly, and actually I'm going to blast her off too. Alright, launch, Santiago. 2 fine meals. We'll give you 3. I don't know how long you'll take. All the insect jelly. What else do we have? We have go juice to sell. And tech prof to sell. We're obviously not going to use the glow pods. We've kind of established that. I'll sell a good incendiary launcher. Sell that camel hide travel wear. The hair is good. The hide I couldn't care less about. We have a spare toque and some elephant dusters. I'll have her bring 181 gold as well. I'm just sort of staring blankly, seeing if there's anything I've overlooked. That all looks fine, I guess. Alright. Get that all loaded up. Let's go ahead and set this. Do until we have... $150. That sounds about right. How many advanced components are we going to make? Let's make until 10. Lower that number a bit. Easier, more obtainable goal. Ran out of food at the steps of the caravan. Alright, so she's bringing home some silver. Ooh. Components. Alright, so we are all loaded up, ready for launch. We're going to launch to these guys. And the reason being is we already know that the other place doesn't have the kidney that we're looking for. We're looking for a kidney for Milla. Okay, this is way more than they can afford. I'm just hypothetically selling stuff. Whether they can buy it or not is a totally different matter. At the moment, they cannot, obviously. So we're going to have to fix this. Let's sell 500? No, I meant the other way. And our caravan mass is a bit too high, so we can send backup to help carry. Oh, they have a prostitute here? Chemical fascination. One of my least favorite. You know what I'll do is I will keep the drugs because they're lighter weight. I'll keep the stuff that is lighter weight, like the tech prof and the toque in order to, well, we're still overweight. What if I don't buy that? Now, I really don't think there's a way around having another person help out. Not that I foresee. Oh, well, if we buy a bunch of their gold. Yeah, we could buy a bunch of gold. 9. Yeah, we could do that. Sell off all the insect, well, not all the insect jelly. Okay. Oh god, we're so close. Well, I really want the plasteel. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and not buy their gold, sell gold, or rather, buy the plasteel, buy, oh, uranium's way too heavy. Buy the plasteel, sell off all the jellies, and have someone else help carry. I think is probably the right choice. Sorry for the massively indecisive selling here. I just trying to figure out what the best deal was. 350. I wish I was a human computer, but I am not. We could buy Glitter World. No. Sorry, I know. I know what you're all thinking. I'm driving you all nuts. Okay, 5. Yep, that will do. Now, we need to enter home. She's going to be resting. If we form a caravan, we can see what their carry weight is. So we are 81. out of 35. So we need extra carry weight of 46. We're going to need probably 2 people. Because if we form a caravan, we could see that, like, Omni and Jay actually would be a good person to sell. Jay and Jenny are the ones that can carry the most weight. So let's go ahead, zoom in, and launch Jay and... I'm going to launch Roman because Jenny, well, we could send Jenny too, but I'm going to launch Roman anyway. Give them 10 meals and have them get going. Jay and Roman, right? That's who I'm sending. All right, launch group. That was the longest trade ever. All right, now if I have to go into Santiago's, allow her to eat the travel stuff. I think they have more food than that. They're just lying to me. That is not... Ah, there we go. 3 days of food. It updated. All right. I guess on our way home, we can check out Elegant City again. I don't think they will have refreshed what they're offering, but can't hurt to check. She mines at about the speed it takes me to even queue up the orders. People in Discord were wondering who would win a mining contest. Quell's gonna win. She's the fastest miner in the group. Omni is pretty quick, but not Quell quick. Quell is like otherworldly. Wow, Mudge, you were getting a lot of chunks there. Kept her working for a little too long. You're getting rebuffed a lot. Now if I zoom out, gonna cancel the hauling. Great. Inspired recruitment, that's gonna be super useful. Seeing that we almost never add prisoners. They're trucking along. Can't say they're at a super fast rate, but hey, it's fast for them. We do have the last pod built. So the next thing we need to do is add the... well, let's lay this out. So it's not going to be symmetrical. We need 3 of these engines. And I'm sure that layout bothers some people, but, you know. Alright, and cluster. Ugly, ugly ship. So I'm going to use up the AI Persona Core first. That way some heavy-handed, enterprising raider can't just bash our walls down and go and steal it. We have hauled almost all the steel that we mined. Mudge, would you be so kind? Someone must be coming for this stuff. There we go. Just force everyone else not to haul it. We have officially gotten some idle colonists. It's not a bad thing, just means all the jobs that I want done are done. Research great bow, utterly pointless. But like I said, I want to get all the research done before I do anything else. Wow, that got built quick. Sensor cluster. Checking up on their health. Consciousness is okay, so means we don't have any heat stroke. We're going to need... Actually, we have just about everything we need for this sensor cluster. More compacted machinery. Where? Oh, nice. There's a lot of resources in there. Alright, they're at Elegant City. That's great. We still have a lot to trade. I wouldn't say a lot, but we still have some to trade. Let's see. Buy their plasteel. And Caravan mass is overweight again. But you know what? That's okay. We can always add more people. Nice, that about covers it. Looking for statues. They don't have any that concern me. We will keep some of the gold. Minus 150. 60. 140. Oh, that's perfect. And now, again, we are overweight. So this is a good way to launch people, I guess. Who can carry? Nutrition. Let's check over here. So we are, what was this? Oh, it doesn't really matter who we send as long as they can carry like 24 pounds, which should be just about, well, Mudge, I guess. Let's launch Mudge. He has not been away from home tiles in probably ever, so this is turning into quite a road trip. It'd be a lot easier if I could use my camels, but I cannot. If you're wondering why not, it's too hot. It's as simple as that. Is just too hot to safely use camels. Alright, Mudge, let's change your food before I leave. Launch group, and give to the caravan. The reason why, it's 163 out, and camels are comfortable up to 140, meaning it's death. The camels attempt to move around outside, they're going to get heat stroke and die. And you all don't want that, right? I certainly don't. I think after this harvest of rice, it might be ready for another psychoid run. So I'll queue that up. We're actually getting through our Naturamine. We're churning through it pretty quick. These guys are... says they're 0.8 days away, but I feel like I'm moving a lot faster than that. Quell is just doing more exploratory mining. We have a lot of idle people, so I figured just install some glow pods Ooh, exotic goods. That's a good question. Philly might be the highest person for trading. Now, unfortunately, don't really have a lot. What do I have to trade to them? I have some art and stuff, I guess. Alright. I was just looking at what they have. It's not like they have a kidney for me, so I'm excited, but not that excited. That's not going to do any good. I was always curious why there was a little underground water system. Alright, did we... Yep, we installed it. Philly, you're nearby. Planting. Good. Let's see. What can we do here? They have hyperweave, which is cool. I always like me some hyperweave. Wonder how much of it I can afford. That's probably all I want to trade them. Could use more Nuturamine too. So let's see. We will... I think I'll buy the Nuturamine more than the hyperweave. And the reason being is the Nuturamine we can turn around and make money off of. The hyperweave we cannot. The hyperweave is obviously just to go to clothing. And if this other caravan gets home in time, we can maybe give them something else. As you can see, we're already cranking out art while we're standing here. What else would they... They would be interested in this gold. How much gold do you guys have? 41. And these don't require any gold. Oof, that's a prickly. Yeah, okay. I guess I can sell off this gold and use the gold that we have in the caravan. Oh, this is unpowered. Okay, let's give you some gold. Gold for a minute amount of hyperweave. And the lack of gold will temporarily bottleneck our advanced component crafting, but let's shrug. And I did notice that we have another sculpture. Oops. Wrong way. For a whopping 5. Ouch. Every little bit counts, I guess. Hopefully the other group returns home soon. They weren't too far. Yep, they're pretty close. So we can always mine up some more gold. But they have a lot of plasteel on them. How much kind of plasteel are we going to need? A decent amount. We are going to need a decent amount of steel too. And then we need to build up our resources so that we can replace turrets and the like when the end times come. That's what I'm going to call it. That's pretty much how I feel about it. But alas, I am out of time. So if you have any feedback for me, drop me a line. If you are excited about the ship activation like I am, let me know. If you have an inclination to become a patron and join this collage you see on the screen now, just check out my website. The links to Patreon and PayPal are there. Like and subscribe if you see fit. Hop on Discord if that interests you. I'm always free to chat. And I'll catch you all later. Adios.